is my inspo today. I want some olive. Scrumptious. Delicious. I actually love olives, by the way. I don't talk a lot about myself, but there's a little fun fact. All of them. I don't know if you know this, but Mob Beauty just came out with liquid shadows, and I'm really having a nice time with them. What shade is this? This is the shade Linen, which is actually kind of close to my skin tone. So let's pop that one up here, closer to my brow bone. I'm gonna make the olive just a little, kind of an olive smoky eye. I thought I would keep it a little simple. I mean, it's gonna be sparkly olive fun sassiness, but I didn't want to do like a super complicated cut crease or something halo. Just a classic olive smoky eye. I want to use this shade as the base. This is called Dusty Rose, and you're like, what are you doing with all that pink, Rose? Trust me, well, it's Marble Mob. This with an olive is going to be so pretty because it's still in the realm of brown, but it's going to really enhance the green because they're complementary colors. Don't make me pull out my color wheel. And I'll quickly walk you through this formula. If you have dry eyelids, you're going to love these. They do completely dry down, so they're also going to be great for oily lids. That they're not slimy or goopy. But I think that they're great for everyone, but I'm really gonna praise them for dry lids because my lids have been a little bit drier lately, and this formula is just not clinging to any patches and just being really, really smooth. And I've been able to wear it. I wore it yesterday as a base. Delightful, scrumptious. Hoping that they come out with more colors because they're onto something here. This color, look, it's a sequin. It has soft sparkles. We must whisper. This is Natural Wilderness. I feel like I've used this shade before. I am going to grab the E28 because I want to get more than one color out of this shade because I don't want to be palette hopping. So if I use the side of it and just pack all of this color into my socket right now, I'll have my depth. This is really fun. This brush is really designed for this exact technique because I'm gonna get a little bit more definition. So now that I have it built up, I'm gonna kind of just twirl it back and forth in my socket. It fills the socket because it's so flat. But because I like to not do as much palette hopping when it's not Feral Monday, so I like to get more than one color out of one shade. And let me demonstrate. That's where we were. Wipe this off on Sheila. Now if I just use the side of it, I'm not tapping on the darkest part in the socket. I'm just tapping on the top part. And I can transition and get a second shade to melt into our mauve. Just keep tapping, just keep tapping. Nice. And if I need to grab more, just to kind of just grab small amounts, and you can just do that too. Boop, I'm just going one at a time. So I want to highlight the brow bone, and sometimes I just kind of always expect shadow to kind of creep up, but if you grab your liquid shadow and your denser brush, just stamp right on top of it. There you go. Angles on a brush, friend. Make everything so much easier. Delightful. Now I'm gonna wipe off any excess. Sheila's in my lap. Sheila is a towel. I'm not wiping this on a cat. There you go. Taking whatever's on the C31, that liquid shadow. Not really cleaning anything up, just making sure that I'm not setting any kind of creases. Give me this. Hey, you know what? I'm actually going to leave a little bit of space for the liner. Go to bed. That is gorgeous. Okay. So whenever I want to have a really nice smudgy lash line, I don't always do this, but if I can remember to, and I want to tell you, leave a little space for your liner. It'll be darker and it'll even be easier to work with if you have a little bit of kind of clean skin, essentially. Now, before I move to liner, I'm going to switch to an E27 for a little bit more precision so I can add a little bit more depth, and it's even going to darken the sparkle. I love the idea of the sparkle in the socket, and that's actually what makes it easy. There's no precision, but just pressing and adding a little bit more depth into that sparkle, it's going to look really, really pretty. Just darken up the socket. Just think dark olive and sassy, sparkly, brighter olive. Now I'm a gremlin, I'm gonna do wing liner. This has been the easiest way to do it though. And how pretty is this shade? Olive Kohl from Laura Geller. Ooh, look at that. And then I just have my E26 ready. Easy peasy. If I wanted to add a little bit more, I'll just go there. But I got my shape. This is fun. I thought you might think this is funny. I've lost it again. I lost that liner because I couldn't find it in the brushes. Now, yes, you can see it it's sticking out here, but it's darker down here. So that was actually so funny. I was like, I literally just had it. There, it's running away now. I'm a menace. Why is that up so far? I did just kind of keep layering it. Look at how pretty and layered it can be. This color is so good. And then C30. And then if I need to come back and fill in gaps, I have my E26 ready to go. So I'll just kind of keep moving it until it completely sets. And then if it is set, I'm just gonna layer on top of it. These layer beautifully. And just keep winging. I wanna wear this foundation. By the way, I love this foundation. It's been one of my fave for a long time. Remember, things come out. I'm always wanting to try things, but I go back. But that all being said, the concealer, and I bought 1R12 in this. You probably saw my saved highlights. Check my last Thursday thoughts. This was a travesty. It oxidized, and you can just touch it and it would just change colors again. It was not good. I didn't even know they had that concealer. I randomly found it at Sephora, so I'm assuming that might be why they're not hooting and hollering about it. But this is delightful. One of my favorite long wear foundations. So I have a feeling because of the yellow in my shadow, Olive has yellow, this might pull, this might just pull a little bit yellow. So we might need to correct that. Let's get it blended and then we will assess the situation. This is really important. There's definitely a color theory moment here, and eyeshadows can sometimes be why we don't like our makeup that day. And it's one of the reasons we don't branch out as much sometimes, because our shadow, if I was just wearing a classic brown kind of champagne shimmer lid, this would not be happening. But there's a lot of yellow in the olive shadow, and it is going to make my foundation look really wild. The dry down looks pretty good, but I'm gonna take, this is the same shade as this. This is Spirited, but Sephora had it in a powder version. So fluffy brush, because we want a tiny amount. And I'm just going to just make sure that we're not yellow. I can already see a difference. And if the dry down hadn't been this good, what I would have done is I kind of knew I was going to be okay because I let it dry down, but we could have mixed this before. But this is a really great way if you just need a very minimal correction. I'm almost out of my Estee Lauder, so I'm going to use my Natasha Denona concealer today. This one's closer to my skin tone. This one, actually, this is the shade R5. This is the one that I always wear in the summer, but it actually got a little bit too dark for me. I'm starting to just kind of look a little flat, but I think we're good now. It's been a little sunnier here, and I was able to sit outside and drink some coffee. So I got a little bit more color. Melty, melty, C32. I didn't need to do any kind of correcting. Even though the eye's a little smoky, this isn't a color that's underneath my eyes. I don't really have a lot of green. I would have more blue purple, so I didn't really need to correct. One of the cute little facts about the brushes is they really can do wet, cream, super dry. And I feel that one of the reasons I got into applying powders on top of really wet foundation is because of the fibers. But enough about the brushes. I love the idea of being able to apply on top of the wet foundation, because think of it the same way that you do eyeshadow base. When you put an eyeshadow on top of it, how soft and even pigmented it is. And it also helps it show up more true to color. So yeah, I wanted fibers that could do that because that's something I really enjoy in makeup. It's gonna be a new favorite shade. I swear I'm not a prude. The moment I say this, I'm gonna get DMs thanking me for not. I literally have little babies that watch me, and I don't want the parents to feel like they have to have a whole new conversation because kids are gonna ask questions. So no, I'm absolutely not a prude. I'm just mindful. Let me be mindful. But I'll label the shade for you. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a new fave for me. Ooh, I like that pickup. I might have picked up too much. So instead of doing like this, what I'll do is I'll push it in, and then just a dab will go there, but it'll also make it more even than even tapping will. So it's kind of that push in. So whenever I'm not sure how much I picked up, oh, that's a good color. That's what I do instead of going, no, not that that's wrong. It's just not something I do. But now I know how this picks up, so I won't even have to do either. Pickup, dry time, transitions. That is really what makes makeup. This is something I've been doing. Most of us do this, but I take my hydrating spray, not a setting, not a sealant, okay? We need the hydration. Oh, I love this. Love it, okay? And then I'm gonna let this dry about 15 seconds. Let's just take this little brush here for a test drive. It's gonna add a little extra here. It's more of a targeted brush, if you will. Now I'm going to take this, I'm going to go on my waterline, and I'm going to bring it out of the waterline too into the lashes. Then I'm going to grab an E27, and remember this shade that's in our crease, I'm going to use that. Smudge, smudge, smudge. I can't stop using this Sephora Collection lip liner in Perfect Beige. It's really a perfect beige for me. I really like it. And then I'm doing kind of a rough draft, because then I'll put this Kiko Milano Unlimited Double Touch, shade 102, yep. And then I'll go back in and just kind of shade and make sure that this is blended in. And if you want this to be extra long lasting, always make sure you pair it with a really long lasting lip liner. Let's top it with the gloss that goes with it. This one, I don't know if I need to tell you this, but sometimes the formulas don't pair nicely with gloss, but this one is literally meant to be topped with it so it doesn't mess with the wear. These are actually some of my favorite lipsticks in my entire lipstick collection. Love it so much. All right, my friends, this is our finished look. I love me some olives. I think this is a really fun look. I also wanted to keep it pretty simple. I like that we just used kind of the eyeshadow bases and only 2 eyeshadows. So I try to keep things simple, even though I know that we get sassy real fast. I hope that you enjoyed this. I love you with all my heart. Until the next video, bye for now.